There are some things in life that are just never, ever going to change. They are what they are. And I don't say that this evening to discourage you or to take the wind out of your sail. I only say it to you because it's the absolute truth. There are some things that are just, they're going to be the way they are forever. And quite honestly, no matter how hard you pray about them and you ask God to take them away, or how much you ask God to remove the situation, or whatever you're feeling, He might just be silent. And I know that that's hard to hear, and I know that's difficult to accept. But the truth is that sometimes God does not do what we ask Him to do. And that's painful. And so I get really tired when I hear these cuff-linked TV preachers tell us that if we just believe, and if we just hope, and if we do this and we do that, that it's going to get better. And I understand it. I get the idea behind that knock and the door will be opened, and seek and you'll find. I understand all that, but there's another side to that sometimes things just don't go that way. And I think that's the truth of the Bible. That sometimes God is just going to be silent on something we might be asking Him for. The Apostle Paul makes this so clear. You can read this in 2 Corinthians. And he says literally that he has this thorn in his flesh, this thing that drives him crazy, something that's painful and causing him a lot of just anguish. And he's asked God to take this thorn away, and God won't do it. God just won't. And literally, God tells Paul, I'm not taking that away. You're stuck with it. And he tells Paul plainly, my grace is sufficient. And while I'm certain that that's not the answer that Paul probably wanted to hear, and it's not the answer that I want to hear, or that maybe you want to hear, but sometimes that is just the way things go. That those things in our lives that we think God needs to take away, that are so painful and so gut-wrenching for us, that sometimes God is just going to leave those things with us, because through that weakness and through that pain, God brings us closer to Him. I often wonder what our relationship with God would be like if everything was always peachy. I know that I rely upon God a lot more when things are going bad than when they are going very, very well. So maybe tonight, God just seems silent to you, and you've gone to God and asked Him to take something away and to remove something and to get rid of it for you, and it just won't go away, and it just drives you crazy, and you've tried to let it go, and you just don't know what to do with it. And maybe tonight you just need to hear God say, and just whisper into the depths of your soul, my grace is sufficient. It's enough. And I'm not going to take away what you're feeling or what you're going through, but I promise to walk with you right through it. It's through these times of weakness that God can really, really strengthen us. And that's what He was doing with Paul, and that's what He wants to do with you and I. And sometimes we just have to accept that God is enough. And he's going to be there even if the situations don't change. Even if things don't seem to be getting better, God's not going to leave you. I love you all so much, and I just I'm hopeful for you, and if I can do anything for you, and if I can talk with you or email with you, just let me know. I'm here for you. That's the purpose of what I'm doing. And as always, I ask you to be the church. Thanks.